என் பொண்ணோட லைஃப்ல மிகப்பெரிய டேர்னிங் பாயிண்ட்னா இவளை நான் சிஎஸ்சில டாலி கோர்ஸ் படிக்க வச்சதான்.
எஸ், எங்க இன்டர்வியூ போனாலும் வேல்யூபிள் சர்டிபிகேட்ஸ் இருக்கான்னு கேட்பாங்க. ஆனா நான் சிஎஸ்சில ஜிஎஸ்டியோட டாலி படிச்சேன். அதான் ஈஸியா ஜாப் பிடிச்சேன்.
நீங்களும் சிஎஸ்சில ஜிஎஸ்டியோட டாலி கோர்ஸ் படிங்க, ஈஸியா ஜாப் பிடிங்க.
CSE, largest tally authorized institute.
Welcome back to Tiger Math channel. Let us continue the previous session. We are solving the problems on finding maxima and minimum of a function of three variables using Lagrange's multipliers. Okay, let us take the problem. Find the maximum value of the function x power m, y power n, z power b subject to the condition x plus y plus z is equal to a. Okay, so we are going to find out the maximum of this function subject to the constraint x plus y plus z equal to a. So we have to take this as f and this as g. Okay, right. Solution. So f is equal to what? X power m, y power n, and z power p. Okay, call it as equation number 1, and then g is equal to what? X plus y plus z minus a. Take this a into left hand side. Okay, so x plus y plus z minus a equal to 0. So g is a function of x comma y comma z equal to 0. So we have to take this as g. Okay, right? I call it as equation number 2. Right? So by the auxiliary function, how can we write the auxiliary function? Auxiliary function is capital F is equal to what? Small f plus lambda into g. Okay, where lambda is Lagrange multiplier. Okay, right? Therefore, what is f? Capital F is equal to x power m, y power n, z power p plus lambda into g, x plus y plus z minus a. I call it as equation number 3. So, for maximum, for extremum, right? For extremum, we are going to find out the partial derivative of f with respect to x, y, z, isn't it? So, now, capital F x equal to, now, fx equal to what? Derivative with respect to x partially. So, m into x power m minus 1 y power n z power p plus lambda into 1. What is fy? Y power n becomes n into y power n minus 1. So, n into x power m y power n minus 1 z power p plus lambda into y becomes 1. What is f is at? Same like that. P into x power m y power n z power p minus 1 plus lambda into this becomes 1, all the other terms become 0. Right? That's all. So for extremum value, for extremum, equate fx to 0 in place. Right? M into x power m minus 1 y power n z power p plus lambda equal to 0, isn't it? So therefore, m into x power m minus 1 y power n z power p is equal to what? Minus lambda. I call it as equation number 4. Same like that, fy equal to 0 implies n into x power m y power n minus 1 z power p plus lambda equal to 0. So therefore, n into x power m y power n minus 1 z power p is equal to minus lambda. Call it as equation number 5. Okay, now f is equal to 0 in place. F is equal to 0 in place. What? P into x power m y power n z power p minus 1 plus lambda equal to 0. Therefore, p into x power m y power n z power p minus 1 equal to minus lambda. Called as equation number 6. Okay, so look at that equation 4, 5, 6. Right hand sides are equal, isn't it? Therefore, we can equate the left hand side from 4, 5 and 6. We can equate all these three, isn't it? So m into x power m minus 1 y power n z power p is equal to n into x power m y power n minus 1 z power p is equal to p into x power m y power n z power p minus 1. Okay. Shall we divide this by x power m y power n z power p? Okay. Sorry. So m becomes m by x. Is it right? Y power n z power p cancel each other. X power m minus 1 by x power m, x is remaining. Same like that, n by y. Is it p by z? Is right? So right now by taking dividend of common under ratio, right? We have to equate. Therefore, this implies m by x equal to n by y equal to p by z. This can be written as m plus n plus p by x plus y plus z. Is it right? Okay. Right. So what about x plus y plus z? From given x plus y plus z is equal to a. So this can be replaced by a. So that is equal to m plus n plus p by a is equal to m by x equal to n by y equal to p by z. From that, what is x? We can equate first ratio with the third one. Okay. Therefore, m by x equal to m plus n plus p by a. Isn't it? This implies what is x? Taking cross multiply am by, isn't it? X is equal to am by m plus n plus p. Is it right? Right. Taking cross multiplication, take this a into left hand side, am by m plus n plus p is equal to x. Okay. Same like that. Same like that. What is m by y? Sorry, n by y. Same like that. Therefore, equating second ratio with the fourth one. N by y equal to the same m plus n plus p by a. This implies what is y? N a n by m plus n plus p. Is right? Okay, next one. Similarly, equating the third ratio of the last one. Right? So p by x, p by z. P by z is equal to what? M plus n plus p by a. This implies z equal to what? ap by m plus n plus p. Okay. That's all. So we find out the value of x, y and z. Now I am going to substitute this value into the given function f. We can find out the maximum value. Okay. Therefore, maximum f is equal to. What is f? So what is f? 1 implies what is f? F is equal to x power m, y power n, z power p. Therefore, maximum f is equal to maximum f is obtained by replacing x by am by m plus n plus p. Okay, am by m plus n plus p the whole power m into an by m plus n plus p the whole power n. Isn't it? Next one, ap by m plus n plus p the whole power p. This can be splitted into a power m power m, a power n power n, a power p power p divided by m plus n plus p whole power m. Here n plus p whole power n plus n plus p whole power p. So this can be written as m plus n plus p the whole power adding the powers. So m plus n plus p. Okay. So this can be written as a power m plus n plus p into m power m, n power n, p power p divided by m plus n plus p the whole power m plus n plus p. That's all. This is the maximum value of f. Okay, adding the powers. Here the bases are equal, so we can add the powers. M plus n plus p, a to the power. That's all. Very easiest one. Next one. Maximum value of the largest rectangular parallel that can be inscribed right. Let us take the next problem. Find the maximum value of the largest rectangular parallelepiped that can be inscribed in an ellipsoid. What do you mean by ellipsoid? X by a square plus y by b square plus z by c square. Isn't it? This is ellipse, isn't it? So this is ellipse. A balloon is in the shape of this one. Is called ellipsoid. 3D type of ellipse is called ellipsoid. Okay, 3 dimensions. Here it has only 2 dimensions, x and y alone. So, okay, in 3D, suppose it is a balloon. A balloon is in the shape of this one. Then it is an example for ellipsoid one. Okay, what is largest rectangular parallelepiped inscribed in an ellipse? Okay, yeah, parallelepiped. What do you mean by parallelepiped? Yeah, 3D rectangular shape, isn't it? Right? Just slanting, okay. It is differ from cuboid just by slanting, okay. Sides, okay. Right. So this is the rectangular parallelepiped, okay. So inscribed in an ellipsoid. Just I draw it in a 2D shape, okay. So let us take this length be x, okay. So up to this length be y. So this will also be x, this will also be y. So the length of the rectangular parallelepiped be 2x. The breadth of the rectangular parallelepiped will be 2y. Same like that, the height of the parallelepiped will be 2z. Be the height. Okay, right? Right. So let us take one edge be x, y, z. X, y, z be one edge. Then all the other edges is in the form of plus or minus x by y, plus or minus y, plus or minus z. Okay, isn't it? Or either it may be, this may be minus x minus y and plus z. Same like that, just plus or minus sign will be changed for x, y and z. Okay, so all the other vertices in the form of plus or minus x, plus or minus y and plus or minus z. Okay, right? Now, what I am going to prove? The maximum largest rectangular parallelepiped. We want to find out here maximum largest rectangular parallelepiped. So the volume of the rectangular parallelepiped should be maximum. Okay, volume should be maximum. Which volume? Rectangular parallelepiped. What is the volume of the rectangular parallelepiped? Volume is equal to L into B into H, isn't it? Here what is L? L is length is 2x, breadth is 2y. So 2x into 2y into 2z. So what 8xyz is the volume of this parallelepiped. Okay, so this should be maximum. So I have to take this as f. So 8xyz. Okay, we want to find out the maximum of f subject to this ellipsoid. That rectangular parallelepiped must be inscribed in a ellipse. ellipsoid. Okay, right? That's all. Right? Solution. Let x comma y comma z be one vertices of the rectangular parallelepiped. Okay, all right. Therefore, all the other vertices be all the other vertices are in the form of plus or minus x, plus or minus y, plus or minus z. Okay. Therefore, the length of the sides be, therefore, the length of the sides of the rectangular parallelepiped are 2x, 2y, 2z, isn't it? So the length of the parallelepiped, length is 2x, breadth is 2y, and height is 2z. Okay, and therefore volume, its volume of the parallelepiped, isn't it? Rectangular parallelepiped. I write it shortly. Rectangular parallelepiped. V is equal to, right? What? 2x into 2y into 2z. So I am going to find out the largest volume of the maximum value of the largest rectangle. That means maximum volume. So let us take that function be f. So f is equal to 8xy z. I call this equation number 1. Right? What is g? G is given as x square by a square plus y square by b square plus z square by c square is equal to 1. Sorry, it is equal to minus 1, isn't it? Minus 1. Okay, call this equation number 2. From 1 and 2, I can write the auxiliary function. Therefore, auxiliary function is capital F is equal to what? F is equal to small f plus lambda into g, where lambda is Lagrange multiplier. Right? Therefore, what is f? Therefore, f is equal to capital F is equal to, what is capital F? What is small f? 8xyz plus lambda into g. What is g? X square by a square plus y square by b square plus z square by c square minus 1. I call this equation number 3. Now I am going to find out fx, fy, fz, isn't it? Okay. What is fx? Now, fx is equal to, what is fx? By taking derivative with respect to x. So 8yz, x becomes 1, 8yz plus lambda into 2x by a square, isn't it? All the other terms become 0, x square becomes 2x by a square. What is fy? 8xz plus lambda into 2y by b square. What is fz? 8xy plus lambda into 2z by c square. Okay, for extremum we have to equate all these three to 0, isn't it? So fx equal to 0, that is implies 8yz plus lambda into 2x by a square is equal to what? 0. I am going to take this one into right hand side. So 8, therefore 8yz is equal to minus lambda into 2x by a square. Okay. So now multiply by x on both sides. Multiply by x on both sides. Therefore 8xyz is equal to minus lambda into 2x square by a square. Okay. So now I am going to take this minus 2 lambda into left hand side. Okay. Right. So 8xyz by minus 2 lambda equal to what? X square by a square. I call it as equation number 4. Okay, sorry, we can simplify it in the left hand side. Okay, we can simplify it in the left hand side. So strike out 8 with 2, it will be 4. So 4xyz by minus lambda is equal to what? X square by a square. I call it as equation number 4. Similarly, fy equal to 0 implies, okay, I am going to equate this one, 8xz plus lambda into 2y by b square equal to 0, isn't it? Therefore, after proceeding these steps, you can get 4xyz by minus lambda is equal to what? Y square by b square. Okay, I call it as equation number 5. Right? Similarly, fz equal to 0 implies what you will get? 8xy plus lambda into 2z by c square is equal to 0, isn't it? Similarly, you will get 4xyz by minus lambda is equal to what? Z square by c square, equation number 6. Okay, right? Look at the left hand side of 4, 5, 6. Look at the left hand side of 4, 5, 6, all are equal. Therefore, the right hand side is also equal from 4, 5 and 6. What you will get? X square by a square equal to y square by b square equal to z square by c square. Okay, all the ratios are equal. Okay, right? I am taking these ratios be k. Right? All are equal. I am taking that equal value be k. Right? Now, what is given condition? Given condition is we find out the relationship among x, y, z. Okay. So now we can apply this result into the given condition. Okay. X square by a square plus y square by b square plus z square by c square is equal to 1, isn't it? Therefore, what is x square by a square? It is k. Same like that, y square by b square is also k, z square by c square is also k. So k plus k equal to 1. So 3k equal to 1. This implies k is equal to what? 1 by 3. Okay. So k is 1 by 3. We can substitute here. I call it as equation number 7. Okay. So 7 implies, therefore 7 implies x square by a square equal to y square by b square equal to z square by c square equal to what? 1 by 3. Therefore, x square is equal to what? A square by 3 and y square is equal to what? B square by 3 and z square is equal to what? C square by 3. So now I find out the value of x square, y square and z square. Therefore, what is x? X is equal to a by root 3, isn't it? X is equal to what? A by root 3. A by root 3 and y is equal to what? B by root 3 and z is equal to what? C by root 3. Now I find out the values of x, y, z. That means semi length of the length, breadth and height of the rectangular parallelogram. Therefore, we want to find out the maximum volume, isn't it? So maximum volume is equal to what? 8 into x, y, z, isn't it? Volume is equal to f. Volume f is equal to 8 x, y, z, isn't it? That's why we take it in equation number 1. Right? Therefore, maximum f is equal to maximum f is obtained by substituting these x, y, z values here. You can get it 8 into a by root 3 into y is b by root 3. Sorry, y is b by root 3 and z is c by root 3. That's all. That is equal to what? 8 ABC by 3 root 3 is the maximum volume. That's all. That is the answer for the given problem. Okay. Next one. Prove that the rectangular solid of maximum volume which can be inscribed in a sphere is a cube. Prove that the rectangular solid of maximum volume, rectangular solid of maximum volume. What mean by solid? A 3D shape, isn't it? A cuboid, isn't it? A rectangular solid. Generally, we take it as a cuboid. Okay. Right? So, this have dimensions, isn't it? Right, okay. Right. So, rectangular solid of maximum volume can be inscribed in a sphere. Okay. Try a sphere. A balloon is in the shape of a spherical shape. Is a well-known example for sphere. Okay. A balloon is in the shape of a circular spherical shape. Okay. Right. It is a well-known example for a sphere. Okay. We have to construct a rectangle inscribed in a sphere. Okay. Just I draw it a 2D shape. Right. This is the center of both rectangular solid and also the sphere. Okay. So this length be x. Let us take. So this will also be x. Okay. So the length of the rectangular solid be 2x. Same like that. This be y. Take this as by. So length of breadth of the rectangular solid be 2y. Let us take this point as x comma y comma z. Okay. Right. Like the third. Like the z axis be like that. Okay. Right. So the point in the positive quadrant, first quadrant be x comma y comma z. Okay. So all the other vertices will of the form. All the other vertices of the form plus or minus x, plus or minus y, and plus or minus z. Okay. Right. So it's a rectangular solid. Okay. So what is the volume of the rectangular solid? Length into breadth into height. So v is equal to, what is the length? X 2x. 2x into 2y into 2z. Okay. What I want to prove? Maximum volume of the rectangular solid. Sorry. If the rectangular solid is having maximum volume, then that solid will be a cube. Okay. That means what? All are equal. That means to prove x equal to y equal to z. Okay. That's all. Right. All the sides are equal. Then the rectangular solid becomes a cube, isn't it? Right? Like that. Now it's a cube. Okay. So when it becomes a cube, if the rectangular solid having maximum volume, then that rectangular solid becomes a cube. That means all the dimensions are equal. So x equal to y equal to z. So that's all. Right? We need to prove x and z are equal in this problem. That's all. So that is the only difference between the previous problem and this problem. Okay? Right? Right. Solution. Let a vertex of the rectangular solid B x comma y comma z. Therefore, all the other vertices are in the form of plus or minus x, plus or minus y, plus or minus z. Okay. Therefore, volume of the rectangular solid V is equal to what? Length into breadth into height, isn't it? Therefore, the sides of the rectangular solid are 2x, 2y and 2z. Therefore, volume of the rectangular solid V is equal to 2x into 2y into 2z. Okay, right? I am going to find out the maximum of this V. So that's why the maximum of V, I am taking this volume as f, volume function as f. F is equal to 8xy z. Okay, Cartesian equation number 1. I want to find out the maximum of f. Okay, subject to the condition, under the condition G is x square plus y square plus z square minus a square equal to 0. Isn't it? What is the, let us take the radius of this sphere be a, then what is the equation of this sphere? X square plus y square plus z square equal to a square. Isn't it? Right? The equation of this sphere, or otherwise equation of this sphere having radius a is x square plus y square plus z square equal to a square. Okay, therefore taking GS, what is G? By taking this into left hand side, x square plus y square plus z square minus a square. Cartesian equation number 2. Therefore, the auxiliary equation f is equal to what? Therefore, f is equal to what? Small f plus lambda into small g, where lambda is Lagrange multiplier. Okay, therefore, what is f? X square plus y square plus z square. Sorry, what is small f? F 8xyz, isn't it? 8xyz plus lambda into x square plus y square plus z square minus a square. Cartesian equation number 3. Right? Now, I am going to find out fx, fy, fz and equal to 0 to find the extremum. Okay? Right? Now, fx is equal to, what is fx? Taking partial derivative of f with respect to x. So 8 yz plus lambda into 2x. Isn't it? What is fy? 8 xz plus lambda into 2y. What is fz? 8 xy plus lambda into 2z. Isn't it? Right? That's all. Now I am going to equate for x equate to 0 for extremum values. For extremum we have to equate all the 3 to 0. So fx equal to 0 implies 8yz plus 2 lambda x equal to 0. So 4yz plus lambda x equal to 0 by divided by 2. 4yz equal to what? Minus lambda x. By multiply by x on both sides, it will become 4xyz equal to minus lambda into x square. Take this minus lambda into left hand side. So 4xyz by minus lambda equal to what? X square. I call this equation number 4. Similarly, fy equal to 0 implies you will get 4xyz by minus lambda equal to y square. I call this equation number 5. Similarly, fz equal to 0 implies you will get 4xyz, the same 4xyz by minus lambda equal to ez square. Call this equation number 6. By look at the left hand side of 4, 5, 6, all are equal. Therefore, we can equate the right hand side also. Right? Therefore, from 4, 5, 6. What we can find out? X square is equal to y square is equal to z square. This is in place what? Taking square roots. So x is equal to y is equal to z. Therefore, all are equal. So given. Right? Therefore, x, y, z are equal. Therefore, actually law. Therefore, we can the rectangular solid becomes a cube. Therefore, rectangular solid is a cube. Right? We proved it. All the dimensions are equal. Length is equal to breadth is equal to height. Therefore, it's a cube, isn't it? All are equal, then it becomes a cube. Right? So x, y, z are equal. It becomes a cube. Now we want to find out the maximum volume of the cube. Okay. Right? How can we take that maximum value? For maximum value given, substitute this value, substitute this relationship into the given condition. What is the given condition? Given condition is x square plus y square plus z square equal to a square, isn't it? That cube is inscribed in a sphere. Okay, it satisfies that one, right? So x, y, z equal to all are equal. So we can replace y by x square, z by x square. So 3x square equal to a square. So x square is equal to what? A square by 3. Therefore, what is x? A by root 3. Therefore, y is also a by root 3 and z is also a by root 3. Why? Because all are equal. Okay? We call this equation number 7. So by 7, x, y, z are equal. So x is a by root 3. Therefore, y is also a by root 3. Z is also a by root 3. Why? Because x is a length, just we take the positive value alone. Right? So how to find the volume? So volume function is f is equal to what? x8 xyz, isn't it? So volume function f is equal to what? By 1. What is f? 8 xyz, isn't it? Therefore, maximum volume is obtained by when x equal to a by root 3. A by root 3 into a by root 3 into a by root 3. That is equal to 8 a cube by 3 root 3. That's all. The last one problem in this concept, show that if the perimeter of a triangle is a constant, the triangle has maximum area when it is equilateral. Okay, solution. Show that the perimeter of a triangle is constant. So given perimeter is a constant, this is the condition. Okay, so perimeter is a constant. Perimeter of a triangle. Take the scale and triangle. What do you mean by scale and triangle? All sides are unequal. A, B, C. Okay, what is given? The sum of the perimeter is a constant. Okay, you have to take this as K. Okay, so it's a constant value K. It is fixed. Okay, right? So suppose we have to take, if it is a 9 centimeter. Okay, suppose the perimeter of the perimeter of the triangle be 9 centimeter. We can construct lots of triangle having perimeters 9 centimeter, isn't it? Isn't it? Like that. Right? We can construct lots of triangle having the perimeter is 9 centimeter. Same like that. different types of triangle we can construct. Having the perimeter is 9 centimeter. Among all this triangle, equilateral triangle, that means all the sides are 3, 3, 3. This equilateral triangle having the maximum area, we want to prove it, okay, right? So let us take the sides of the triangle. Triangle B, A comma B comma C. Let us take the sides of the triangle B, A, B, C, scale and triangle. Okay. So what we want to prove? If this triangle, let us take the perimeter B, S. Okay. Always we are taking the perimeter as S or P. Right? P. What is the perimeter? P is equal to A plus B plus C. Okay. Right? So if the constant perimeter, okay, the triangle having maximum area when all are equal. We need to prove A equal to B equal to C. The area becomes maximum. This area becomes a maximum area when A equal to B equal to C. What do you mean by A equal to B equal to C? It's an equilateral triangle. A equal to B equal to C. So all are equal means equilateral triangle. That is we need to prove. So we are going to find out the maximum area of the triangle, okay, and then we need to prove A equal to B equal to C. Okay, that's all. So this let the sides of the triangle be A, B, C. Therefore, what is the area of the scale and triangle? Area of the triangle, scale and triangle is equal to what? Root of what is the area of the scale and triangle? Root of S into S minus A, S minus B, S minus C, where S is equal to what? A plus B plus C by 2, semi-perimeter. S is called the semi-perimeter, okay? Just I am going to squaring on both sides. So area square is equal to what? S into S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. I am going to find out the maximum area. So take this given function as F. Therefore, F is equal to S into S minus A, S minus B and S minus C. Okay, right? Also, perimeter, characteristic number 1. Perimeter is equal to what? S is equal to A plus B plus C by 2. Take this 2 into left hand side, 2S is equal to A plus B plus C. Is that right? So what? Therefore, G can be written as A plus B plus C minus 2S. Cartesian equation number 2. Right? Using these two conditions, we can form auxiliary equation. Capital F is equal to what? Small f plus lambda into G. Where lambda is Lagrange multiplier. Therefore, what is F? F is equal to S into S minus A, S minus B, S minus C plus lambda into A plus B plus C minus 2S. Okay? So, Cartesian equation number 3. Now I am going to find out F with respect to A. What is F A? Just take the partial derivative of F with respect to A. So these three are in product. So just going to difference these along, this S becomes 0, A becomes 1, minus is here, so minus 1. So minus S into S minus B, S minus C plus lambda into 1. This becomes 1, the other terms becomes 0. What is FB? Same method, minus S into S minus A, this becomes minus 1. I just write that minus is here, S minus C plus lambda into 1. What is FC? Same S into S minus A into S minus B. This S becomes 0, minus 1 plus lambda into this C becomes 1. Okay. For extremum, we have to equate FA equal to 0. This implies minus S into s minus b into s minus c equal to plus lambda equal to 0. Okay, right? So this implies what? Take this lambda into right hand side. So minus s into s minus b into s minus c equal to minus lambda. This implies what? S into s minus b into s minus c equal to lambda. I call this equation number 4. Same like that, by equating these two become 0. Okay, these two to 0 become 0, not become 0. Fb equal to 0, right? What will be minus s into s minus a into s minus c plus lambda equal to 0. This implies what? Minus s into s minus a, s minus c equal to minus lambda, cancel minus on both sides. So s into s minus a, s minus c equal to lambda. Call this equation number 5. By equating fc equal to 0, same like that, minus s into s minus a into s minus b plus lambda equal to 0, right? So take this lambda into right hand side, minus s into s minus a into s minus b equal to minus lambda, cancelling minus on both sides. So s into s minus a into s minus b equal to lambda, equation number 6. Okay, from 4, 5, 6, the right hand sides are equal, therefore the left hand sides are also equal. Therefore from 4 and 5, from 4 and 5, left hand sides are equal. So s into s minus b into s minus c is equal to s into s minus a into s minus c, isn't it? So this is equal to this. Okay, that's why I write it here. You can cancel s on both sides, same like that s minus c on both sides. So s minus b equal to s minus a. Again, you can cancel s on both sides, minus b equal to minus a. Therefore, cancelling minus on both sides, a equal to b. We obtain one result. Same like that. By equating 5 and 6. From 5 and 6. Equating 5 and 6, right hand side is equal, therefore the left hand side is also equal. So s into s minus a into s minus c equal to what? S into s minus a into s minus b, isn't it? These two are equal. So we can cancel s on both sides. Same with that, s minus a on both sides. So s minus c equal to s minus b. You can cancel s on both sides. So minus c equal to minus b. After eliminating minus, b equal to what? C. Right? We call it as 7. We call it as 8. From 7 and 8. From 7 and 8. What will obtain? What we obtained here? A equal to b, but b equal to c. So a equal to b equal to c. Therefore all sides are equal. Therefore all sides of the triangle are equal. Therefore it's a equilateral triangle. Equilateral that's all. Okay, right? Just we prove all the sides are equal. Therefore the given triangle is not a scalar triangle, it's an equilateral triangle. That's a very easiest problem. So up to this problem we completed almost every problems in maxima and minima of a function of 3 variable using the Lagrange multipliers. Thank you.